And we are making our way through ancient Asian civilizations. We're in India, now we're in China, and we are in our last read aloud today, learning about the Chinese New Year. Now, I know you know what our New Year is like, but this one's just a little bit different. Before we get into our Chinese New Year, let's go through all our vocab words. Here we go. I'll read them. You repeat after me. Praise, emerge, plunge, defense, eager, custom, conquer, sorrow, durable. So we have already learned and looked through a holiday, and this one was a holiday in ancient India and still practiced today. Anyone remember the name of this holiday? Yeah, that was Diwali. And what did Diwali mean again? It meant Festival of Lights, and they celebrated it because it was the way of celebrating good over evil or light over darkness. Today, we're going to learn about the Chinese New Year. So, after you read today, you should be able to describe the significance and traditions associated with the Chinese New Year, and also show an understanding of the word prosperous. So as we go through this read aloud, I want you to listen carefully to find out more information about the Chinese New Year. What do you see in this picture? We pop. We pop. The air crackles as fiery bursts of color illuminate the night sky. Sparks fly, red, green, yellow, blue. Eyes are glued to the night sky above as fireworks splinter the darkness. How many of you seen fireworks splinters split the darkness? It is the beginning of the Chinese New Year. In the United States, we celebrate New Year's Day on the same day every year. Who knows what that day that is? Yep, that's right. It's on the 1st of January. But in China, the calendar is based on the cycles of the moon. Because of this, the Chinese New Year does not always fall on the same day every year on the calendar we use in the United States. The New Year in China begins with a new moon, and the start date ranges from the end of January to the middle of February. Unlike New Year's celebrations in the United States, Chinese New Year's celebrations last for 2 whole weeks. The celebration of the Chinese New Year, the longest and most important of all Chinese festivals, can be traced all the way back to the time of Confucius. For centuries, Chinese people have cleaned their houses from top to bottom in the days before the festival, bought new clothes, prepared special food, and wished each other good fortune at the beginning of each new calendar year. These customs are continued today. The celebration begins with firework displays on New Year's Eve, which are believed to scare away evil spirits and are followed by other age-old traditions. Children are allowed to stay up late on New Year's Eve, adhering or following a traditional belief that each extra wakeful hour will add years onto their parents' lives. Feasting on fish, pork, poultry, tangerines, oranges, dumplings, and special cakes, families gather to wish each other good luck. Man, am I hungry. Are any of these customs similar to our celebration of New Year's? Yeah, I know for me, I get to stay up late. I do eat some good food. There's some things that are different, though. Luck and good fortune are common themes for the Chinese New Year. The color red, thought to be a sign of good fortune and happiness, is the color chosen to wear during the festivities. Homes are decorated with red paper cut into designs, and happy wishes written on red paper are also hung throughout the house. Children and unmarried adults often receive red envelopes. See those down there. With money tucked inside. The people who receive these envelopes are also supposed to receive good fortune in the new year. Dragons are symbols of good luck in Chinese culture. The lions symbolize chasing evil away and bringing good luck. During New Year's celebrations, people dress up in red dragon costumes and parade and dance in the streets. Red is often the most popular color for dragons, making them especially lucky. The main focus of the 2 weeks of the New Year's celebration is to prepare for a prosperous year ahead. Prosperous means to have good fortune or enough money for the things you need. So people are preparing for a year of good financial success. People believe that evil spirits are scared off by fireworks and banished or driven away from homes, as every inch of every home is scrubbed clean. New clothes and haircuts give people a sense of fresh, new beginnings. People forgive one another for their past grudges, agreeing to put their disagreements behind them. Some people visit temples to give thanks and pray for good times ahead. Friends and families everywhere enjoy relaxing together. At the end of the first week, on the seventh day of the celebrations, everyone has a birthday. Everyone. The Chinese celebrate everyone's birthday on that day rather than on the day each person was born. In China, time is measured differently than it is in the United States. Their traditional calendar is called the Lunar Calendar. A lunar calendar is based on the cycles of the moon. The new year begins with the appearance of a new moon. Each new year is named for a particular animal: rat, ox, tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake, horse, sheep, monkey, rooster, dog, and boar, or that's a pig. According to Chinese legend, when the Buddha was dying, he called all the animals to the kingdom to his side. Only 12 animals came. As a reward for their loyalty to him, the Buddha named a year after each of the 12 animals. So each new year marks the start of the next animal. So once we reach the end of the list of the year of the boar, the pig, the cycle begins all over again to the rat. So I would be considered, the year I was born, I would be considered the year of the monkey. If we hit we're in 2020, so right now 2019 is the pig or the boar, so 2020 would jump back up here and it would be the rat. On the 15th day of the Chinese New Year, when the moon is full, the lucky dragon or lion leads parades all across China. Up to 50 people can fit inside the large cloth dragons, stretching the length of a city block, bobbing and weaving their way through the city streets. Cloth lions also symbolize power and luck. Nod their papier-mâché heads in the time to the drumming and music. Vendors sell dumplings, sticky rice balls stuffed with sweet and salty fillings to the crowds of people in the streets. The 15th day of the Chinese New Year is the day of the Lantern Festival, when thousands of colorful lanterns, large and small, cover the marketplace. Some people spend an entire year designing lanterns for competitions held that day. Others write riddles and post them on their lanterns for a popular guessing game. When the lights of the lanterns mingles with the light of the moon on this day of the celebration, there is joy, hope for the year ahead. So let's go through our comprehensions from the Chinese New Year. So how do people prepare or get ready for the Chinese New Year? What do people celebrate and hope for during the Chinese New Year celebrations? When do the Chinese usually celebrate their birthdays? What activities did you hear about that are parts of the Chinese New Year celebration? I know one of my favorite ones that I like hearing is one part of the Chinese New Year that I really enjoy is it would be cool to be in that on the 15th day. There's that dragon that goes through the parade. It'd be cool to be in that dragon. Let's watch this video really quick to talk about the New Year, Chinese New Year.
新年快乐 Happy New Year! Join us as we explore Lunar New Year, a holiday that dates back thousands of years. Today we'll travel to China to explore the rich traditions that have been passed down from generations to celebrate the holiday. Another year of good fortune is beginning in China. Fireworks pop high in the sky, dragons dance in the streets, and the city slows down to celebrate Lunar New Year. In Chinese culture, it's the most important time of the year, rooted in traditions and customs passed down through the ages. The celebration lasts for 15 magical days full of family togetherness, delicious food, and good fortune. Today, Lunar New Year is filled with happiness. But according to legend, it didn't start out that way. A long, long time ago in China, there was a big, scary, nasty beast named Nian, whose name means year. He had razor-sharp teeth, giant claws, and a really mean growl. Most of the time he lived in the wilderness, but on the darkest night of the year, when the new moon was in the sky, he would sneak into the village and scare everyone in sight, even the animals. People dreaded the new moon for many, many years, until a wise man taught them the 3 things Nian was afraid of: loud noises, fire, and the color red. The next time Nian came, the villagers fought back. They hit their drums as loud as they could, lit every firecracker they had, and wore the color red from head to toe. Nian ran far away and never came back. After that, the people started celebrating the new moon instead of fearing it. That celebration became a 15-day festival of family, food, and good fortune called Lunar New Year. Every Lunar New Year is always represented by one of 12 animals in the Chinese zodiac, chosen by the Jade Emperor of China centuries and centuries ago. According to legend, a long time ago in China, the Jade Emperor held a great race. The first 12 animals to reach his palace would be the winners, and they would each get a year named after them in their honor. During the race, the ox was winning until he had to cross a rushing river. The rat was right behind him and couldn't swim very well, so the kind ox let the rat ride on his back. As soon as they got to the other side, the rat jumped off and scurried to the finish line to win the race first. That's why the first year in the Chinese zodiac calendar is the year of the rat. 11 other animals reached the palace to create the 12-year cycle of the Chinese zodiac. It's said that the animal your birth year is named after can shape your personality and destiny. You might be honest like a dragon or smart like a monkey. When your animal takes its turn in the zodiac cycle, legend has it that your year will be full of surprises. But no matter which animal you are, everyone is excited to honor these ancient traditions, even in modern New Year celebrations. Today, Lunar New Year brings families together all over the world. In fact, billions of people travel back to their homes and families in China to feast on a delicious reunion dinner with plates and plates of homemade food. Many of the foods like egg rolls, noodles, and shrimp mean something special. Egg rolls symbolize wealth for the coming year because they look like bars of solid gold. Chow mein noodles shouldn't be cut because long noodles symbolize health for a long life. Shrimp symbolizes happiness because the Mandarin words for shrimp and smile sound very similar. As part of the festivities, lucky red envelopes called hongbao are passed out to children as well as unmarried adults. In Chinese culture, the color red symbolizes luck. In order to receive the red envelopes, well wishes are given to the elders. Thank you, Grandpa. Money is inside each envelope to bring prosperity and good fortune in the coming year. During all 15 days of Lunar New Year, it is a time to reflect on the passing year and celebrate the future. Bright fireworks light up the sky, and huge parades line the streets until the final day of the New Year celebration, the Lantern Festival, when thousands of red lanterns glow in the night to bring good fortune to all. No matter where you live, you can join the festivities, whether it's one reunion dinner with your family or 15 days of celebrating togetherness. Lunar New Year is open to everyone. We invite you.
Such a cool thing to celebrate. So we're going to be going through our word work vocab word for today, and that word is prosperous. Repeat that with me. Prosperous. So prosperous has this thing called a suffix. Remember, prefix goes at the beginning of a word. What about a suffix? It goes where? At the end. So the suffix is OUS. Anyone know what sound that OUS is making? Yeah, prosper us. What do you think OUS means? Because it has to have a meaning. So us means full of. OUS means full of. How many syllables is this word prosperous? It's 3 syllables. So what do you think it means? Well, it means full of good fortune or success, or having good fortune and success. Juan's new construction business had a prosperous first year. I like this picture of apple blossoms blooming. That means there's going to be a prosperous apple tree. It's going to be a prosperous year with the apples. Have you ever had a prosperous year, week, or even a day? So I'm going to read several questions, and you are going to decide. Our application today is this Diwali, or are we talking about a custom from the Chinese New Year? This holiday began in India. That would be Diwali. This holiday began in China. That would be the Chinese New Year. This holiday is also known as the Festival of Lights. That would be Diwali. The color red is associated with this holiday and often means good luck. That would be the Chinese New Year. During this holiday, people spend time with family and friends and give each other gifts. And that would actually be both. That's a tricky one, but that's both. They give good gifts. Man, I really hope you enjoyed learning about these early Asian civilizations. We will be moving on to a different part of the world called Greece. And we're going to be learning about the ancient Greek civilizations and how this kind of smaller country, way smaller than India and China, how they made some big contributions that we definitely still use today.